Hey everybody, how's everything going? It's me, TAP-G. It's been a while, huh? A week, I guess. I assume so. I mean, that's how we release these episodes usually. So, crazy thing. You remember that we got abducted by pirates? Yeah, no kidding. Pirates are funny like that. Go figure. And I believe we are privileged to parlay with our captor. Oh, here he comes.
Welcome aboard, me humble vessel, gentlemen. I apologize that you seem to be caught in the crossfire between me and that wayward renegade Jack Sparrow. We have some unfinished business to contend with, you understand.
And who might we be in the presence of? We talking Captain Kidd, Bartholomew Roberts?
No, not at all. Too mainstream, you see. I'm Captain Josiah Gray, Scourge of the Gulf of Mexico.
Josiah Gray? What are you, a DJ or something?
Why does everyone keep saying that? No, I'm no DJ. I'm a pirate captain and part-time head of our surf troupe every other Thursday.
Wow, you guys any good?
Our shows sell out every night.
Cool. You should totally sell your circ to Disney, or even Universal. You could be famous.
Belay that talk, scalawag. You're preaching selling out to the conglomerate, and as pirates, we don't take kindly to that.
Oh, okay. Sorry I mentioned it. So, where's Jack?
Below deck with me crew, but I'd rather have a tete-a-tete with you two.
But what? Wait, what did you just say?
Tete-a-tete, you know, a discussion.
No, I know what it is. I've just never heard anyone actually use it.
Regardless, I want to know about your little project. It's a blog, right?
Yeah, it's a podcast. We review theme park rides. We're in the middle of Mainsail March, where we check out Pirates-themed rides.
Did you get to the one at Hollywood Studios?
Actually, we were just about to do that one. Today, as a matter of fact.
Ooh! Settle down, gentlemen, settle down.
What's going on? What's their damage?
Me crew and I have known the dangers of sailing on over to the legend of Jack Sparrow. Tell us, how did you survive such a perilous journey?
Well, it wasn't easy. See,
That's where they lost me leg!
How? How does that even happen?
I pose a challenge to you, gents. Say 3 nice things about the legend of Captain Jack Sparrow, and I set you and your captain free.
You cad!
And if we can't?
Then I send you down to Davy Jones's locker. Any associate of the man who cost me my leg is no friend of mine.
Seriously, how do you lose your leg?
Do we have a deal, or don't we?
Welcome to What's the Attraction Where Our Work Is Your Vacation?
So, everyone, we're taking a look at another bad Disney attraction. Let's dive into The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Once upon a time, the areas that we've come to know as Streets of America, Pixar Place, and Mickey Avenue at Disney MGM Studios were all part of the original 2-hour-long studio backlot tour. But over the years, as the backlot tour dwindled, what was once the post-tram tour walking tour eventually became areas of their own attractions. One little hole-in-the-wall section, from 1996 until 2002, housed a behind-the-scenes look at the creation of the live-action 101 Dalmatians movie.
In 2003, the area, appropriately, changed up to a more modern movie to promote. It became a behind-the-scenes look at, not so appropriately, the Haunted Mansion. It folded in 2005.
I guess 2 attractions starring Eddie Murphy were too much for Disney MGM.
I don't follow.
Magic of Disney animation. With Eddie Murphy as Mushu.
That's Eddie Murphy? I thought that was Chris Rock.
I heard it was Samuel L. Jackson.
Shut up, Nick. Nobody believes you.
And after that same year, Disney switched over to promoting the highly anticipated The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe film with its own walkthrough attraction.
Until 2008, where it switched over to its sequel, Prince Caspian, which ran for 3 more years. Not long after the movie, the rights of the series switched over to 20th Century Fox, which produced The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. So, there you have it, an outdated movie that, despite positive reviews, failed to really connect with audiences. But...
Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
Thanks to a certain blockbuster franchise, Disney decided to replace the Narnia attraction with something involving none other than Captain Jack Sparrow himself.
Whoa.
Hello, boys. Did I miss anything?
You okay there, Jack? They didn't hurt you, did they?
Nothing a spot of rum couldn't cure, mates.
Isn't that like giving Tony Stark extra publicity? I mean, do you really need it?
What's your point, mate?
Review, mates! Review.
Oh, right. For this attraction, when you approach it, you don't get in line automatically. Hear this out. A cast member in front gives you a card with a showtime on it. When you return with it...
Yeah, can I get a pound of honey glazed ham and a half pound of white American cheese? What? You know, like a delicatessen counter at Publix where you... Shutting up.
Anyway, hang on to that card. You'll relinquish it at the gate at your given time. Soon, you enter a darkened room with about 50 other people, I guess. Then the show begins.
Remember how in Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean ride, there's that skull that greets/mocks you before you go over the falls? The utter symbol of all that is awesome, ethereal, and yet slightly hokey about that ride? Yeah, you can totally forget about that. How about a CGI pirate skull with an over-the-top accent and the world's creepiest tiny yellow eyes since Shan Yu and Mulan? Seriously, how is that a category? Pirate voice supplied by voice actor extraordinaire James Arnold Taylor, who voiced Jack Sparrow in the Kingdom Hearts video games.
This school tells you pretty much everything you already heard a million times over. You want to be a pirate, blah, blah, blah.
Dangerous waters you be sailing in, blah, blah, blah.
Sent to Davy Jones's locker, blah, blah, blah.
If you be stout-hearted and brave, you be, blah, blah, blah.
Brought to you by Captain Morgan, blah, blah, blah.
Please drink responsibly, blah, blah, blah.
Ride the real thing at Magic Kingdom, blah, blah, blah.
Seriously, get out and go to the Magic Kingdom. Stop wasting your time. This isn't the ride you saw in the TV spot, blah, blah, blah.
And, of course,
Dead men tell no tales.
That sounds familiar.
the creepy disembodied skull lets you step into the adjoining room where you and all these 40-plus people find yourselves standing in a dark cave filled with treasure and a beached pirate ship? How does that happen?
Sea turtles, mate.
First, we get attacked by a horde of skeletons. No! It's too cheesy! I can't... Oh, random child with absurdly large key. Won't you please help us, courtesy of the Disembodied Skulls tutorial? Yay! You killed the zombies! Wait.
But another threat emerges. Mermaids. As the cavern fills with water, I'm not really sure how that works either. She tries to seduce the crowd with her singing.
Stop singing!
But there's only one way to stop her. Stop, men! Stop!
Did you know the myth of the mermaids most likely stemmed from manatees?
Nobody cares, Nick.
I'm just sharing facts.
When they get around to the seas with Nemo and friends, you can do it. But for now, man, shut up. Proceed.
To make matters worse, things get really bad.
What? Barbossa? Blackbeard?
Worse. The worst impression of Bill Nighy ever recorded.
Ah!
So, not Bill Nighy as Davy Jones fires on your cave, I think, with some effects not too different from the ones you see at Muppet Vision down the road, with cannonballs ricocheting off the cave walls. In fact, it makes you wonder who's manning the cannon.
Then comes the man of the hour, Jack Sparrow himself. Actually played by, I'm not kidding, seriously look it up yourself, Johnny Depp.
James Arnold Taylor, Johnny Depp. Can I just be myself for once?
Jack comes in, completely inebriated, might I add, and finds that, despite Davy Jones out for his head, what grabs most of his attention is the group of tourists in the cave and the floating disembodied talking skull. After a repeated beating from Davy Jones's cannons, Jack sobers up just enough to fire back, though not without an alcohol-induced blunder or two along the way.
You know, I'm beginning to resent these attacks on my character with your accusations of my drinking activities.
Well, it's true, isn't it, Jack?
Oh, it's all true. I'm just saying I resent it.
So, after the ship undergoes, 5 direct hits from Jones, Jack fires 1 direct hit, and down goes the ghost ship, the Flying Dutchman to, Davy Jones. So there. You succeed? Wow, that ship must have had the same contractor as the Death Star.
Jack honors you as pirates, officially. And after a rousing rendition of Yo-Ho, A Pirate's Life for Me, Jack and the Skull bid you adieu through the gift shop. Oh wait, there is no gift shop.
Aw, come on! At least extend the courtesy of letting me buy a few pirate-themed tchotchkes. I'll be a good consumer, I'll promise.
So, there you go. one of the worst rides at Disney. The ride that lost me leg. So, what did you think?
And try not to do anything stupid.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Where do we begin? Okay, first of all, I can't get over that really terrible Bill Nighy, Davy Jones impression.
Probably among the worst voice impression that I've ever heard. It's not the worst voice acting I've ever heard.
No,
but
it's
the worst.
the acting is solid. It's the impression itself that stinks.
Well, of all the things, I think the technology powering the the hologram, the sort of the appearance of Jack Sparrow, that's some pretty nifty stuff.
I have to admit, when I first went to this attraction, I kept asking myself if that was really someone up there or an image. But then at the end of the show, when he disappeared, I'm like, whoa, that was impressive. That is genuinely impressive.
Definitely. But just about everything else about this is simply borderline insulting.
Well, let's be glad they at least do have the genuine Johnny Depp playing Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I will say that much.
Nothing else about this is genuine.
But unfortunately, they try to employ the same tactic as they did for Jaws. Like, hopefully, if they keep him under wraps long enough that when he does arrive, you'll be happy. But unfortunately, it just takes too long for him to show up.
Yeah, you know what? It's almost like the Jack Sparrow pirate tutorial. Except instead of being distracted by a bad sidekick, you're distracted with everything else that's going on around you.
Like a pirate's skull with a bad accent and mermaids and a really bad Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
But at least that he shows up after, what you said, 7-8 minutes. This one, it takes like 9, 8, I don't know, like a good 10 or 12 minutes before he comes around.
Yeah.
And the effects are okay. Just okay. I think the creepy skeletons popping up are kind of okay, and the effects of the cannonballs dinging off the walls, but they just seem like lame leftovers from the Muppets.
Yeah, something doesn't ring true about this, especially in this new age of theme park supremacy battling out. This show should not have made the cut.
No, I think one of the main problems of this is that it only has room for 2 rooms. It's 2 rooms, and you could have squeezed a very mini museum there, something like Narnia or Prince Caspian.
Yeah, but even those somehow managed to be better experiences. Now, I know many of you like to say that, not every ride needs a story. And, a lot of times I would say, no, you're wrong. You've got to have a good story. That really helps to round out a thing. However, I'm actually inclined to agree with the rest of you out there. They tried to shoehorn in way too much of a story here.
Yeah.
It's trying to do too much with too little.
Yeah, they're trying to shoehorn in this big, grand story of pirate attacks and mermaids, and even the Kraken at one point that I think they got rid of, and ultimately, it just falls so flat. I don't know where they're getting this extra revenue from. This can't be doing that well.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't have a gift shop.
Yeah, no kidding. The other thing is that I think, even though I think it's great that we see Jack Sparrow with Johnny Depp, I think they just kind of left him to his own device to kind of make up jokes on the spot. And I'm reminded of Ellen from Ellen's Energy Adventure at Epcot, where her off-the-cuff improv banter is very spot on. She's immaculate at it. Yeah. But Johnny Depp, it's like he's trying to, he almost gets it, but it just barely falls flat.
It's almost like they were in a room when they were like, oh, hey, do that pirate thing you always do.
Yeah, there's no direction to it. If you want the same experience, I say check out the pirate tutorial over at the Magic Kingdom. It's the same setup, same story, different execution, but you do still go away with a takeaway and some better photos.
Or better yet, go and actually ride Pirates of the Caribbean, because I think the main difference here is that you're actually able to sit down.
Yeah.
Let's not even keep in mind that through all of this, you have been standing up this entire time.
And of course, if you're outside in the summer walking around in 100-degree heat, and now you're standing with 40 other people in a room that's heated by body heat, and everyone is all sweaty and grungy. Ugh.
Ew. Yeah, I think I just figured out why they give you a time instead of making you wait in line for it. Considering that you would have to stand in line for all that time, because I've seen 25, 30-minute waits back when they didn't used to do it this way.
Yeah.
But now, they don't make you have to wait in a line just to experience something in which you're standing up anyway.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Remember that South Park episode where the kids go on the line ride?
Oh, yeah! I remember that now!
Ultimately, there is one thing that I find most insulting most of all about this attraction.
Okay.
This attraction on the map has the little yellow exclamation point saying that this is too scary for young kids. But the story is, oh no, mermaids are coming, stomp, participate, interact like you do with Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Or Dora.
It's insulting. It's trying to do this very adult-themed setting, but the story itself and the surroundings, it's trying to tell this very adult-style story, but the story itself and execution is geared towards 5-year-olds.
Yeah, so it kind of like mixes itself up, and you just never really get a solid sense of who they were aiming for with this.
No, not at all. At least with Stitch's Great Escape, you get to sit down, it's air-conditioned, and the character of Stitch is kept well intact and in character. So even though I don't care for Stitch's Great Escape, I have to give that a better rating than this. I have to give this attraction my lowest rating yet, 1 out of 5.
Wow, that's pretty bad. Now, as for myself, I think Pirates fans will find a lot to enjoy about it, even if they are left standing up.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, this is just bad.
But they'll get the same thing out of that just as much as they'll get like a inflatable pirate toy at the fair. It's like, yay, it's Pirates-like.
Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2 out of 5. So that's a 1 out of 5 from TAP-G and a 2 out of 5 from SurferClock.
You're gonna have to do better than that, boys!
The Legend of Captain Jack Sparrow is available to everyone. No height requirement, and even those in scooters and wheelchairs are welcome. Assistive listening, handheld captioning, and audio description are all available.
Time's up, men. So, what do you have?
Well, let's see. The use of Johnny Depp is pretty wicked.
Yeah, and the special effect of him showing up is pretty convincing.
Strike out the plank, men. Time to send them overboard.
Remind me to negate all possible future encounters in the future.
Wait, hold up, I got it!
Well then, bring it forth, man.
Yes, do bring it forth, man. I beg of you.
It is, without a doubt, the best pre-show I've ever seen.
The best What do you mean by that?
Well, it's the best pre-show ever. This is an engaging show with some cool tech, but its biggest flaw is that it builds up to nothing.
Sounding an awful lot like a negative thing there.
It lacks substance, but when you get down to it, it should make for an excellent pre-show for a bigger, better ride or show. So, that being said, it's great as a pre-show.
But it's not a pre-show. It's its own show.
You said say 3 nice things about it, and that's what I'm choosing as the third entry.
Pirates, mate. You know he's prone to misinterpretation, and a lot that as a bad thing.
Now, belay that, Captain Jack. You don't need a blasted code to be an honor-bound pirate. I said 3 positive things, and that's what we got. And I'd rather send you 3, 4, to Davy Jones's.
What's he mean, 4?
Hi, Jack.
How does she do that?
I'm bound by honor to release ye as promised. Nick, escort him back to the Pearl. I believe our business here is concluded.
So you don't want me to call the authorities so we can not reap the $3 million reward on Jack's head?
Nick, I said shut up and... Did you say $3 million?
Oh, look at that. Hair past a freckle. Gotta run out. Busy.
Yes, I agree. Let's book it, shall we, Jack?
What's holding you lads up now?
Okay, that was way too close.
I'll say, no more distractions. Hey, Jack, how much further do we have until we find this volcano?
According to my compass, it's closer than you think. In fact, I dare say that's it on the horizon.
And good timing, too. We got 1 week left in Mainsail March, folks, and I think we all know what we got going for our finale. This is TAP-G. Over and out.